statements, Coach.
All right, thanks, Ross. Well, first of all, congratulations to the Media Olympics winners. Congratulations. Hopefully, y'all aren't selling the gold medallions on eBay or something. But fun day. Appreciate everybody coming. It's been a long time since I've seen a lot of y'all in person, especially this close up. So really appreciate the opportunity to be with y'all truly in person and see everybody other than on the Zoom where you couldn't hear half the time or whatever. So excited to get going. This has been an unbelievable past year for all of us, and hopefully everyone is healthy and feeling good about getting back to doing what we all love to do with our jobs. So excited about our team. I think this is that time of year where there's always a lot of enthusiasm for every team. Same here, and for me, every team is like one of your children, if you will. They're all got your DNA, but they all have a different personality. There's always a different makeup. It's always fun to see them grow and mature and develop. And this team has really done a good job since January. We've got a good makeup. This is a very experienced team, one of the more experienced teams we've had in a while. We've been a really young team the last 2 years, and this team has a bunch of starters back, and a lot of lettermen, tons of lettermen. So I'm excited about that aspect of it, but we also have some really dynamic young players, some dynamic new guys just getting here, some really talented second-year players that got some experience last year. But it's been a really good off season. The guys have been about their business. I think there's been a great appreciation for the opportunity to have a normal off season and to be able to train the way they wanted to train. This time last year it was, as we all know, an unbelievable challenge for everyone. Our team, from a health standpoint, is in a really good place, and thankful for that. So we got a couple more weeks here, or I guess another week and a half or so with the guys, and then we'll be cranking it up. We're in our program meetings right now. Obviously got some media stuff here today and Thursday, and then a little bit of recruiting this weekend. Finish up our program stuff next week as coaches, and then players come in, and we'll get this thing going. So just excited about the team offensively. We got a lot of key guys back. This time last year, or going through the season, 3 of our best receivers didn't really play all year. And we're very optimistic about that group. I think this is probably as talented a tight end group as I've had since I've been the coach here. And even though we don't have the production to go with it yet at running back, I think this group has a chance to be really, really special, from a talent and competitive standpoint. I love the makeup of this group. We're offensive line. Last year our first group played a lot of snaps in a crazy year, and really only had 6 guys that we felt like could really go win for us, and a combination of just inexperience and being young. But we've recruited really well at that position, and I love the development that I've seen, and I'm excited about the depth that we're going to have there. Our quarterback position, obviously DJ got some great experience last year. He's a tremendous young player. He's hungry to go be the guy, to go do it, and I love that. I love that hunger that's in his eye. Tyson, the good news on him is we're going to get him back. Initially, it's a tough injury. You don't really know, but he's been phenomenal with his recovery. So, we're going to get him back, sooner than later, and certainly back before, the season is over. He's going to have an opportunity to be back with us, and it's a big for us. Obviously, we had Bubba and Will. Certainly, we're hopeful that we'd get both of them, but we felt like if one of them made it, we were going to be in a much better spot. So this is a state champion winning quarterback. He's a great athlete, as we know. He's a wrestler. He's a great baseball. He's a professional baseball prospect as well. So this is a winner that's coming in here and a great athlete. So that really helps us out. And then the development of Hunter, and then Billy Wiles coming in here, also a state champion quarterback from up in Virginia. Really excited about him as a young prospect. Turned down several Division I offers to come in here and take a shot here at Clemson. So I like where we are today, better than where we were the spring game. The last time I think we met, we're in a much better place and very optimistic, and part of that is, again, where Tyson is right now and kind of where we think he's going to be. So, and then defensively, it all starts up front for us. It's been a couple years since I can say that we had this type of experience and depth. Seems like the last couple years we've been, really young, really inexperienced, kind of growing through the fire a little bit, and we've got 7 guys back that have started in the defensive line, and that's an exciting thing. So hopefully we can get a little lucky and stay healthy. We've got 5 guys at DN that we consider starters. They've all started. They all can win at a high level, and then Tyler and Brzee inside. Both of those guys. Tyler's going to be a third-year player. Brzee, a sophomore. All those guys got some wounds and scars and thick skin and have been through some battles and really have a lot of football knowledge. So I'm excited about that. And then, a guy like Rook, I think, is right there. He battled through injuries last year, getting E.T. back, Darnell and Cape and Peyton. I mean, we just got a really good group inside. So just like our depth, I like the experience of the depth and the functionality of it. And then we got everybody back at linebacker. I mean, and then some. Getting Nolan back, Xander's healthy, Joseph, Jalen, Ray, Venables, all those guys, RJ. We just got a lot of guys that we think can play. We think some of these young guys have a chance to get in the mix too, like Makuba, like Nate, who really played well for us in the spring. And then I like the 6 guys on scholarship at corner. These are 6 good players that with one young guy in Nate, but again had a chance to go through spring. I love his potential, but I like the experience of that group and what I've seen from a commitment standpoint. Got our punter back, got our kicker back, got our whole battery back. So this is a team that on paper is got a chance to go compete for this league, and if you can compete and win this league, then you have a chance for other things. So we got a team meeting this afternoon, and excited about getting with those guys and seeing them finish strong. Academically, they've done a great job. We had the highest spring GPA we've ever had in history around here, and that's a sign of good focus, good leadership with these guys. Again, it's been a great summer as well as far as what the guys need to do accountability-wise. We haven't had any issues, and I'm thankful for that. But the staff has come together well. CJ being the only change on field, and it's just been exciting to see him and watch how he's just like a fish to water, man, just a natural. And it's probably the most changes we've had, or it is the most changes we've had probably since 2000, maybe 11, maybe 10 years or so, as far as just new people, new roles, in our support staff areas and things like that, because of some opportunities for guys at different places and so forth. But it's a good group. We got started yesterday with our all-in meetings and had a great first day, and kind of getting everybody on the same page and ready to attack this season. Any questions?
Dabo, you just mentioned C.J. Spiller. Is it kind of almost a full circle kind of feeling for you, and the fact that you've credited him as being kind of the first 5-star that kind of got the program jump-started, and now he's out there recruiting 5 stars to keep you guys on the top?
Yeah, it's just awesome. I mean, it's again, I'm old enough now to all these guys could be my kids, you know, and you meet them. I mean, I've known CJ since his junior year in high school, and you know, just watching his just that whole process. You know, all these guys. I think we've got 22 former players on our staff in various roles, whatever it may be, from coordinators to position coaches to, you know, Paul Journey to strength conditioning, whatever it is. We got a lot of guys, and got some more. Cavell Connor came back. Cavell's been gone. He was on my first team in '09, my first senior, one of those first senior leaders, and he went on and played about 8 years and had a great pro career. And then he was coaching high school ball up in Delaware, and he's back getting his master's and transitioning to the college game. And he's been gone. I hadn't seen Cavell maybe once in 10 years, twice. You know, he's been off living life and doing his thing, and now to see him this version of him, it's really cool. Taj Boyd is not an official guy for us, but we hope that will be somewhere here soon, that he can be a part of our staff. I mean, how cool is that? You know, Dandy Dozen, and to see him, the 30-year-old version of Taj Boyd, and a lot of life and water under the bridge. It's just super exciting. And then CJ, I mean, he's a man. He's married. He's lived his life. He's going on. He's achieved everything he's wanted to do. And to see him now giving back, you know, Artavis turned down a pro career. I mean, he could still be playing right now, but he wanted to start this next chapter, and he wanted to do it at Clemson. And we had a chance for him to come in and be our grad assistant receiver coach. And so, man, he couldn't wait to do that. And so it's just really cool. You know, those guys bring great perspective. Cole Stout, you know, is back with us. And, he's 6 years of coaching experience. And, you know, but all those guys are a part of the DNA and the bricks and mortar of the past 12 years around here. And so it's exciting to see them not just, you know, be here, but want to be here, and the pride that they take in our program, and how we do things, and the influence that they have, you know, on these young players. So it's exciting. Isaiah Battle is coming back. USS Battleship is going to come back and graduate. He's going to be in our Tiger Trust program. I think he's 30 now, and he's certainly the 30-year-old version of him is very different than that 17-year-old version that I met, and that's a great conversation to have, and that's what I love. That's my favorite part of my job, is seeing transformation, and seeing young people grow into great men and be equipped to, you know, go live a great and productive life. That's the best part of my job, and then just being able to watch that, you know, kind of a front row seat. It never gets old.
Coach, we saw what happened with the NC State's baseball program a few weeks ago. Are all your players vaccinated right now, or how are you managing that?
No, they're not. I wish I could tell you we were all 100%. We're not. They're not all vaccinated, but we're in a good spot, heading in a good direction. And you know, I think a lot of these kids, you know, as it gets closer to the season, and you know, I don't know that they've really not had any fear of missing out of anything, and I think there's a little more motivation for all these teams as they, you know, kind of get back going in all these sports. And you know, that was a very unfortunate, you know, situation. You know, I mean, I got vaccinated back in March, and I'm grateful and thankful for that. I mean, I'm thankful that we have that option. This time last year we didn't have an option. You know, there was no option. You know, you just had to manage the best you could. But you know, we've done everything we can to educate and provide great information and encourage these guys to talk to all the doctors. And that was the biggest thing for me. I mean, I don't know a single doctor that I trust, that I talk to, that you know, said don't get it. They all said you need to get it, and I trust my doctor. So I mean, but that's a decision everybody's got to make. But we certainly have, I think, done a great job of trying to educate and make it available and all that type of stuff. And again, our team's in a good spot, not quite where we need to be, but I think we'll get there.
How much of that messaging is playing time and possible impacts on games because they're not going to be rearranged on the schedule?
Yeah, I don't really think, I think they know. I mean, I don't really have to message that. I mean, I think it's just kind of, it is what it is. You know, like I said, last year, everybody had to mitigate, and now there's a different option, and you don't have to do that. So, you know, they don't have to say, okay, well, we'll just reschedule this game. They just forfeit the game. And they didn't reschedule that World Series. So, you know, you just miss out on opportunities. I think everyone knows that, especially with what we dealt with last year. I mean, we had coaches miss, we had players miss, and it was really, again, nothing you could do about it. You just did the best you could do. You just did the best you could. But, you know, you can mitigate that away this year. That's a different option. So I think our guys, they get that. They understand that.
Do you have a Justyn Ross update?
Yeah, he's doing great. You know, he's hopefully here in the next day or so we'll kind of have the process complete as far as you know, all the legal and all the. It's just a, you know, anytime you have a complicated medical issue like we have with Mike Williams and so forth, there's always a lot of I's and a lot of T's and a lot of you know, people that have to sign off on those type of things. But so that's kind of where I think it's at the finish line. Very optimistic about that. But he's great. I mean, he's had a great summer. I mean, there's nothing he doesn't do. He does all the lifts that everybody does. He does all the running that everybody does. He does all the training. So he's really in a good place, and you know, we're hopeful that he'll be able to get back out there and do what he loves to do. And you know, but again, first and foremost, you want to make sure that you know, the medical people feel like he can go play and be safe.
What did his doctors up in Pittsburgh?